Well, that is very ignorant of a lawmaker, or they are deliberately lying to the people of Kitui. I've had one senator said, when I joined, Kitui used to get 7 billion. For the first time, Kitui is getting 13 billion. I'm happy that my input was what Senate went by. So a senator should not come and say, I have pushed. It has nothing to do with the senator. So we don't want people to lie. The amount that goes to a county is not dependent on what a senator pushed.
This is beyond facts.
What we do is coming up with the county allocations of revenue act, or the bill, the proposal on ceilings. How counties, once Kitui receives their equitable share, will share that between the county assembly and the executive. Their ceilings, we tell them that you cannot spend more than this on salaries. You cannot spend more than this on that. You cannot spend more than this. So all those things, that's why I was saying, there are so many other things that we do around public finance management.
Mwesh, before you go far, maybe the Kitui people are asking, what has the Commissioner Muasya helped us in his role as a commissioner? For the Kitui people, for Mwananchi to understand well, how have you helped them so far?
So first, let's look at how counties get money. And while looking at that, then we also look at what's my role as a member of the commission.
Yeah.
You've had the mandate of the commission. So commission has a secretariat. So commissioners are like a board. It's only that we are state officers, appointed, gazetted, sworn in, and with a particular term of service. And your work is not to go and see how you help your county. However, any county, including mine.
Maybe the people are asking, how is Muasya helping us in that province?
There's a lot of things that I help the people of Kitui with, while not helping the people of Kitui. For example, making sure that some of the parameters that we come up with are not adverse, not just to Kitui, but just not fair to several counties. And some of the counties may share similar characteristics with Kitui. It is on record that the last formula that we came up with at the commission level, I was not in agreement with some of the parameters that were being suggested. It was not purely because of Kitui, but it is because the parameter was by its nature faulty in several ways. And it ended up being a matter that went to the Committee of Finance and Budget in Senate. Remember, the decision of the commission is collective, so you bear collective responsibility. However, it doesn't mean that just because the five of you have sided with the suggestion or the recommendations, being one with a different view, my view will still count, but the majority will carry the day, because the commission is made of 9 people. So because it goes to Senate, the Senate may want to know, especially the committee, that what exactly were your views, because it came out, and I think it was in the papers, that I did not agree with what CRA was recommending. And I put my case before Senate. And fortunately, Senate agreed with my views. It would have been extremely disadvantageous, not to the people of Kitui only, but to several other counties that parameter You've heard the stories about 1 man, 1 shilling.
Yeah.
1 vote, 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 kilometer, 1 shilling. So vast counties will come advocating for a huge or a heavy percentage on the parameter on land size. Yeah? Because it is an advantage to them. Smaller counties, but populous, especially counties in central Kenya, may prefer a big weight on population. Because this is the money we bring to the counties is so as to perform some functions at the county. And, you know, money follows functions. So that working out how much money should go to a county is a function of very many variables. Population being one of them, land size being one of them, poverty being one of them, access to rural roads and or paved roads being one of them, electricity, health, and all this, every devolved function has an element that I think it plays in coming up with the formula. So we do not necessarily go out of our way to do anything specifically for our county.
Yeah.
But we may rationalize, you know, just make sure that extremely disadvantaged counties, like the small counties, that we have an adjustment so that if we use the formula on its own, a county may get an amount that is not enough to carry out the recurrent expenditure. Okay?
Yeah.
So we may also decide no county will get less than this. So that now Lamu and those other small counties are not disadvantaged because of population and the land size. So because by and large, whether or not, they will still need to pay employees, they will still need to do this and all that and all that. So we don't do the formula with our counties in mind. But I can tell you the last formula that we did was the best for the counties in Okambani. And that is why you've had people saying, for the first time, Kitui is getting 13 billion, you know, from the equitable share. Or as an aggregate of the equitable share, the grants that come to, the national grants that come to counties and donor funds. It is because we worked out in a way that the parameter that was affecting several other counties, which I disagreed with, Senate saw my reasoning, they agreed with me. It is the first time in the formulas that we've had, because I think this is the fourth one, that there has not been dispute. You remember there's a time that there was almost a gridlock. Like the counties and the national government could not agree on how division of revenue and the formula was going to play. And so we finished that process through a lot of consultation. And I'm happy that my input was what Senate went by. And it is not because it was about Kitui, but coincidentally also it was going to benefit Kitui, Makueni, Machakos, just as it was going to benefit several other counties because of the fairness with which I was looking at that parameter and the adversity it was going to bring if had we gone by that parameter in the formula.
So Commissioner, I'm just wondering, now we have the CRA which comes up with the formula, the shareable revenue. But then again, we have the Senate, which also is supposed to protect the interests of the counties. So I'm just wondering, who takes the credit for the equitable sharing on what comes to the counties? Because we have senators every time politically claiming that I have
pushed.
Pushed.
I've had one senator said, you know, when I joined, Kitui used to get 7 billion. Now they get, you see, the amount of revenue a county gets is a function of the total national revenue, isn't it? So if Kenya was collecting 1.2 trillion 7 years ago, and now we are collecting 2.6 trillion, and the law says that the least that counties should get is 15% of the national revenue. So it goes without saying that there's a direct correlation of how much goes to counties, isn't it?
Yeah.
A direct correlation between how much the county gets or counties get to the amount of national revenue raised as per the last audited accounts. So nobody pushes. The only
So
thing
the senators,
There is no push.
So that-
there is no push from the senators.
no, there are only two things that happen. One, when CRA comes up with a recommendation, okay,
Yeah.
on the formula, Senate may adopt it the way it is, or they may make changes, okay. But once Senate adopts it, for 5 years, the amount that goes to a county is not dependent on what a senator pushed. It is a function of the total national revenue. And in fact, it's not the total national revenue, the shareable national revenue, because there's, Article 2 or 3 of the Constitution spells out exactly how you arrive, what you consider in arriving at the shareable national revenue, because those are two different things.
Yeah.
Like, what we receive is not what we share. What we collect as a country is not what we share. There are automatic adjustments. For example, the first charge to that revenue is debt. So you knock off debt before you even start sharing. You look at the debt obligation, which will have been spelled out by the debt strategy paper, the things like the budget policy statements. And you look at national interest before you tell that we want to give counties 405 billion. It may be a period where we may need more funds at the center, because the center wants to, there's a drought, for example. And the proposal by Treasury is the government may require this amount of money to mitigate against drought, which is outside anybody's control. We may be at war. We may need to have a bigger security budget. And so issues, there's national interest, there's state interest, and those must be considered. If you look at how revenue is shared, you also have to look at the state interest. The state interest is like the government in power. What are their priority areas? If they implement in SHA, or now that we are running with better, there's a vision 2030, which is about in the decade of action. 5 years from now, vision 2030 comes to an end. So there's a criteria for sharing, for consideration when coming up with the national shareable revenue. Once you arrive at that national shareable revenue, then we use that criteria to determine, and at whatever point it should not be less than 15% of the last audited accounts, not of the revenue, because we could be sharing revenue in 2022, but using the accounts of 2019. And that is why at no point national revenue, the county revenue, has never been less than 24%. Once we get that 24% and say it's 400 billion, now we use the formula to know how much goes to. I mean, if the Kitui was 500 billion, Kitui Kitui will not get the same as if the kitty was 350 billion. So if 7 years ago, the counties were sharing 370 billion, for example. In fact, just last year, but one, the shareable revenue was reduced. I mean, the county revenue was about 370. It has been lower. And it is a function of the national shareable revenue. So if the cake is bigger, the counties get bigger allocations. So it has nothing to do with the senator. The only thing a senator, the only place they come in is during the formula, okay? And two, once we propose the division of revenue, once we come and say, today, I mean this year, CRA, for example, currently, and that is ongoing. I think it's about to go, either it's gone to cabinet as per the PFM Act. Our recommendation should have been, done by 30th of December or 31st of December. By the 15th, it should have gone to cabinet. And by end of this February, a determination would have been made. Council of Governors is asking for 550 billion. CRA is saying we recommend that this particular year we share 450 billion to counties. National Treasury is saying maybe we are ready to give counties 420. So this is what may happen. There's something called the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Council. That's a dispute resolution body headed by the Deputy President. The three stakeholders will go with their figures. CRA will go with our 450. Council of Governors will come with their 550. And Treasury will say we are giving 425, for example. And then a resolution dispute mechanism that has been established will take, a process will take place. And if there is agreement, they will settle on a figure. Let's say 450. It's that 450 that is now shared using a formula that was set either 4 years ago, 3 years ago, depending on where we are with the current formula. It's not the input of any single senator. So a senator should not come and say, I have pushed.
There is no political push.
The only political push a senator will make is during the recommendation or the approval of the formula. You understand?
Yeah.
Of the formula.
So the input of the senators during their formulation.
The formula.
Yeah.
Because after that, it's a formula that is used to share the money that is raised subsequently, year on year, every other year. So it is not like every year you come and say, I want you to add us 1 billion. No. So let's not, we don't want people to lie. And in any case, then as a commissioner, I should actually be saying things like that, because I'm where when the data comes in. I'm there when the tests are done on the data. I'm where we do when the quantitative analysis is going on and the simulations. We try these parameters looking like this. We look at how the data plays. This is an outlier. This is within. Let's try this like that, up to until when we arrive at, the best possible formula, and then we pass it to Senate. If they make amendments, then that formula is approved. That formula runs for 5 years.
Yeah.
Now you can't say during the year one, when we were sharing 350 and Kitui got 7 billion, and the subsequent year, we were sharing 400 billion and Kitui got 8.5, that you're the one who pushed
for the additional.
For the additional 1.5, no, that is very ignorant of a lawmaker, or they are deliberately lying to the people of Kitui. So I hope that is settled.
Yeah.
I hope that is settled.
Yeah, very well, very well, Commissioner, very well. I think now we are at a place now where we understand the mandate of the
Yeah.
CRA, the functions, and what the commission does.